is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make this Falling Water Slouch Hat. I made this slouch hat to go with my daughter's, the Lion brand shawl that I made. Get it facing the right way here. That I showed you in the last tutorial that I made from Lion brand. It's called the Falling Water Shawl. And my daughter keeps wearing this everywhere, but she complained about her head being cold, and I said put a hat on, but it didn't match. She wants it to match, so she wanted me to go ahead and make her one that matched. So what I took is the bottom pattern of the shawl, this part here on the bottom, how it's basically in ridges, V-stitches, and double crochets. And I took this idea to make that hat, this hat. So this is a kind of a slouchy hat. It's not real slouchy. Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze there. Like I was saying, this isn't a big slouchy hat. You can do that if you want. All you have to do is add what I call in two sections. This is the first section, and then the pattern changes here for the second section, and you can add more rows to here or here. It's up to you if you want to make it even more of a slouch hat. Right now it's more like kind of comes to here, and then it changes and becomes bigger and slouches down in the back, and it's all pulled together like that. And this isn't really much of a rim. The whole hat is done the exact same way. I mean, this first section is done the whole same way. I just did a different color here. So it's up to you if you wanted to change colors here or not. It only takes a little bit of yarn to use this. This is just leftover yarn I had. It's 4 worst weight yarn, 4 ply for the US and 10 ply for Australia. And this is the worst weight yarn that I used for the other. It's going to take less than a skein. So get a main color, at least one skein of a color you want to make it. And then if you want to change the color here on the end, just takes a small amount. Also, you're going to need a 5mm hook or a size H hook. And also you're going to need a tapestry needle, because you're going to need to sew up the very top of your hat here. You're going to have to close it up. So tapestry needle, very important. And the other thing is the gauge to this pattern is, it's 11 stitches for 4 inches or 10 centimeters. What I did was I basically took 3 sections, you know, here's 1, and then this is 2. 1, 2, and 3. And I measured it across, and it's about 10 centimeters. And there's 11 stitches here. So if you get through about 3 sections and measure it, and it's about 4 inches or 10 centimeters, you're making the size that I'm making. If not, if it's too big, then go down 1 size hook. And if it's too small, go up 1 hook size. I figured out the multiples of this hat, which is 8. And I have toddler size. I'm guessing about 48 chains will be a good, you know, around. You can try it. I haven't tested it. This is child to teen. This fits my daughter. It even fits me. But I have an adult size 64, so if you're going to make this for a man, I would definitely do the 64 chains. But for a woman or a older child or teen, they can probably do the middle size, which is 56 chains. And this is the size of this hat here. It's 56. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all those items that I need, and we can get started. Okay, so with the rim color that you want to use, or you can make the the whole hat the same color. You want to do your chain of 48, 56, or 64, depending on what size you're doing. For this tutorial though, I'm going to be using a smaller size. I did a small chain of 24. So you want to make your chain, and I'm afraid I'm too close here. And you want to follow your chain down, keeping it straight. And if it's twisting, you have it in a good place here, hold it, everything is straight in front of it, and keep moving down until you know the whole chain is straight. And then you want to grab what is now the bottom loop, but will be the top loop as soon as you put your hook in it and turn it like this. So you should only have one loop at the top. And then you want to slip stitch, just like that. You're going to be working in those top loops only. So you should always have one loop on the top that you go in and leave those other two at the bottom. You want to chain 2 for round 1. You're going to be going into that top loop only and doing a double crochet in all the stitches around. And whatever amount of stitches that you chained, you'll have at the end of this round. So if you chained 48, at the end of this round you'll have 48 double crochets. It's the same for all sizes. So do that and I'll see you back here in a moment. Okay, count your stitches, make sure you have the amount that you need. And when you do, you want to slip stitch in that beginning top of the chain 2. For round 2, you want to chain 2, and then you want to do a front post double crochet around the chain from the previous round. So you're going to go down here, grab up that chain, and then do a double crochet worked on the chain, not in the stitch. That's what makes it a front post double crochet, because you're working it on the post. Now in the next 3 stitches, and make sure that you find the right stitch. This is the next post, and in front of it the stitch is here. So that's where you'll put your first double crochet. You want to work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now you want to do another front post double crochet. So if you find, here is the stitch you just did, and then this is the stitch to this post right here. You want to move over to the next and put your front post double crochet. So you should have front post double crochet, 1 double crochet worked the next 3 stitches, and then a front post double crochet. And then you're going to skip 1 stitch. So we're going to skip this next stitch, and then the next stitch we're going to work a V-stitch, which is going to be 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet worked all in the same stitch. Whoa. And then you want to skip a stitch again. So you can line it up here. This is where you put your V-stitch. Then this is the one you want to skip. So this is the front. This is the place you want to put your front post double crochet. So put your front post double crochet here, and then you're starting your repeat. You want to put 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then the next stitch you want to put a front post double crochet. Then skip the next stitch again, and in this one you want to put a V-stitch. Chain 1, you double crochet, chain 1, double crochet worked all in the same stitch. And then again you're beginning your next repeat, skip the next stitch, and then the following one do your front post double crochet. And then again make sure that you find the right stitch and put a double crochet in it. Work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then again making sure that you know that this is a line here, so that this next one is the correct place to put your front post double crochet. And you just continue this pattern all the way around. So I'm coming up to my end here, and so I have 3 stitches left. It'll be the same for you when you get to the end of your row, your round. You'll skip 1 stitch, and then this middle one you'll work your last V-stitch of the round, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then you'll be skipping this very last stitch, and you're going to slip stitch, and not the chain but the front post double crochet. So you want to slip stitch in the top of that front post double crochet to end your round. And that's the end of round 2. For round 3, you want to chain 2. You're going to be repeating round 2 for this one. And this round 3 is going to be the last round of your ridge, because see, I just did 1, 2, 3 rows. 1, 2. Actually, I did. See, this is my double crochet row. This is the one we just did. Yes. So I just did 3 rounds. So after this round, I cut my yarn and I switched colors. Okay. So for round 3, we're still on our rim. You want to go into that front post double crochet and knot the chain. Grab up that front post double crochet from last round and work a front post double crochet on this round. And then again, make sure you're in the right stitch. You're going to be putting 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then again, you're going to grab up the front post double crochet from last round and do a front post double crochet on that round. Now you have your V-stitch here, and now your V-stitches are going to be worked in the V-stitch itself. So you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, worked inside that V-stitch. And then again, you're going to come over here to your front post double crochet and work another front post double crochet. And then now you're going to work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. This is this row I'm showing you here is how you're going to be doing the next several rows. After your 3 double crochets, grab up your next front post double crochet and do a front post double crochet. Then it'll bring you back up to your V-stitch again, where you'll work your next V-stitch of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And then you're starting your repeat over again. Here's your next front post double crochet. So then just continue this pattern all the way around until you get back up to the beginning again. Okay, when you get to the end and you work your V-stitch and your last V-stitch, then you want to just skip over and go right into the top of that first front post double crochet that you did. And you want to slip stitch there. And then if you've done a color for the rim and you want to do the rest of the hat now in a different color, this is where you will want to change colors. So what you do is you want to leave just a little bit of tail, cut it, and then leaving yourself just a loop, grab your new color, leaving also a little bit of a tail. You can just fold it in half like this, grab your loop, and you're going to be exchanging this color for the next by pulling it through the loop, then pulling the original color to tighten it down, and then you can just start working with the new color. And then the 2 tails here on this end, I usually tie them together a few times, then I get my tapestry needle and then I'll hide my tails. But since this is a tutorial, I'm not going to cut my yarn. Okay, so for round 4, again, you want to chain 2, go into that front post and do a front post on that, and then continue like you did before, but now you're going to be using your next color. But it's exactly like the last round. You're going to be repeating the same thing you did last round for rounds 4 through round 10. So for the next 7 rounds, you're going to be repeating this same round 2. So continue that until you've gotten your 7 rounds done, and then I will show you the second section of this hat. Okay, when you've gotten done with all your 7 rounds and you're ready to start the next section for round 11, this is how you're going to do that. For round 11, you want to chain 2, then you want to front post double crochet around this front post double crochet. That'll always be the same. Now you want to do a V-stitch, but slightly different. You're going to be skipping this first stitch, and then the next stitch you're going to work 2 double crochets. This is all going to be worked into this one stitch. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then go back into the same stitch and put 2 double crochets. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and now we're going to skip on over here to our front post section, and we're going to put a front post double crochet there. And then here, worked into our V-stitches, we're going to do the same V-stitch again. We're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. From now on, we're going to be working all of our V-stitches this way. All the V-stitches will be 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And you're always going to be putting a front post over your front post. And again, here where you have your 3 double crochets will now be, you skip the first double crochet, and in the center double crochet you'll work that V-stitch of 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And then again, grab your front post and do your front post double crochet on there. You're just going to be doing V-stitches and front post double crochets this round. And in your old V-stitch, again, you're going to be working your 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all worked in that same V-stitch. Then again, you're back up to your front post double crochet. So you're going to continue this all the way around. Okay, and at the end of the round, again, you don't want to slip stitch in the chain. You want to find that beginning front post double crochet and slip stitch into that stitch. Again, chain 2, and you're going to do a front post worked on the front post of the previous round. Now this round, for round 12 through 17, for the next 6 rounds, you're going to do exactly what you did for round 11. Except now you'll be working in the center of the V-stitches all the way around, and you'll be putting that same V-stitch in there of 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, worked in the center of your V-stitches. And then you'll move over and you'll do your front post double crochet worked like you always do. And then you'll move over, you'll do your 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then your front post again. You'll be repeating this round 12 here. So it'll be round 12 through round 17. So for the next 6 rounds, you want to repeat this row over and over again. When you get to the end of the round, you want to slip stitch into that beginning front post double crochet. Okay, when you've gotten all of your 6 rounds done, and you're just got done with round 17, then you're done, and you want to chain 1, and leaving a long tail, you want to cut it. And then you can just pull your yarn through till it gets to the end of the tail, and then you'll thread your tapestry needle. And since I'm not going to cut my yarn here, I'm just going to pretend I'm using my tail to thread my tapestry needle. And you'll turn your hat inside out like this, because you want to do your sewing on the inside. And what you want to do is working your way in the direction that you normally crochet. You want to start weaving your tapestry needle back and forth through the stitches. You can do maybe about 6, 7, however many stitches that you feel comfortable with, and then pull. And then move over to the next one. You can pull it all the way to the end of your tail. And then start weaving again. Sorry about all the noise, the construction outside. Just keep on weaving it back and forth until you've gathered all of your stitches. What you do after that is you just want to pull your tail tight till it closes up this hole, and then you're going to start finding the other side of your hole, putting your tapestry needle in. And you want to make sure that you go through each side until you feel comfortable enough that this hole has been completely closed. And on this piece that I'm actually not actually going to cut. Anyway, when you get done, Then I usually take and I'll tie a couple of knots using my loop that I create when I go through the top like this. I don't pull it all the way through when I'm about to close it, and then I use this and I'll just do like 2 or 3 knots, and then I'll do this with my loop. Just twist it until it's like this. Then I'll put my needle through that end of the loop here, and then I will go through and hide my tail, and it'll pull that tail down against the hat. So it'll look much, much, much better. And then you can turn your hat inside out, and then you'll have your hat that should look like this, all pulled in together. And that is it. That is how you make the Falling Water Slouch Hat. And I hope that it's going to be a great addition if you've made the slouch hat, the shawl. And if you haven't, I still hope that you can make it and enjoy it for somebody. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't taken the moment to like my Facebook page, please do that. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and sharing my videos and everything helps me out so much. Thank you so much for watching.